Hello everyone and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we're going to take a look at another storage solution from e-Raptor. This time it's for my favorite game of all time, Game of Thrones the board game 2nd edition. It's the box insert for it. This will be the first of two products from e-Raptor I'll be looking at for this game. I'm going to try to organize the Game of Thrones base game with the Mother of Dragons expansion, and I'm assuming I could fit in the other two expansions I got before the Mother of Dragons, A Feast for Crows and A Dance with Dragons. They're just small little card expansions. Hopefully those fit in, but what I'm going to do here is show you how I currently store my favorite game, and then we're going to put together this insert, talk about that, put all the components in it, see how it fits in the box, and I'll give you some impressions. Let's take a look at my current solution for Game of Thrones, the board game, with the Mother of Dragons in the box already. I threw away the expansion box. I don't like to keep extra boxes if I don't need to. The only downside is with my storage solution I put together based on internet research over the years, it doesn't close fully. But I believe this insert that we're going to look at from e-Raptor does the same thing, but maybe isn't as open as my solution is. As you see here, it doesn't close even close to fully. But it is solid, and I'm able to put games on top, and it's fully supported, so I wasn't worried about anything getting broken or the box getting destroyed, and I'll show you that here. Over the years, I wanted to find a way to set this game up quicker. When you play with large player counts, I'm usually playing this from 5 now to 7 or whatever players, and I played it quite a bit over the years. So I was trying to find a way to set it up quickly, because I'd bring this game to people's houses and I wanted it on the table fast. I'd have people helping me set up, but I want to be able to just throw containers at them. They open them, even play out of them if they wanted to, and then quick cleanup. Since the game takes so long, I needed it to be fast, so I wasn't deterring players from wanting to play again. So I even have an FAQ printed in here, a few pages, but I wouldn't blame that for holding the box open. I would pretty much blame this expansion board, and you'll see some of the other things in the box, but when you put this in from the Mother of Dragons, it's going to add thickness. It's 3 layers of board here folded together that pushes the box lid up mainly. Other than that, it almost would fit closed with my current solution. So that's the boards. Then I have the player screens here, more sideboard stuff holding it open. But I have these little deck boxes here that hold all the cards, all the expansions, expansion cards, the base game cards. Everything is in these little Ultra Pro boxes. Not organized too well, but it's enough that I can open it and see what's in there and then just grab the decks out that I need. But it's easy for cleanup. You just throw them in the boxes. They're safe. They're sleeved. I don't have to worry about it. And right now I just have the expansion factions minis just lying out here open because I can't find any more of these containers. I've looked at stores. The stores I got these at a long time ago, these little plano boxes. I'm unable to find extras. I can never find this size ever. It's always out of stock or I don't even know if it's made anymore or what. I'm just in Canada. I have trouble finding some of these things in the same size that they're found in the US. But I'm using baggies. Baggies. Still using some baggies because I haven't been able to solve it. I have these little containers to hold tokens that we can play right out of. Quickly open it and just grab tokens out of them. And then I have the power tokens just in here divided up. But it is mixed with some tokens. With all the expansion stuff, I just threw it in here, way to store it easy. But yes, I can't play out of here. We have to divvy it up and put it in other containers or just spill it out on the table. But just the way I want to store it and keep the tokens nice and protected in there. Some more baggies. And then, like I said, these are just little plano boxes that has each faction's components in here. And this is quickly to throw based on which faction you need. Okay, we're playing 5 players. We only need 5 of these. Just hand them out around the table. And each player can kind of set up their own faction behind their player screen and then put them away quickly when they're done and throw them back at me. And I easily just put them back in the box. So I was already coming up with my own storage solution. But now we're going to take a look at e-Raptor's insert. We're going to put it together and see how it holds everything in the box. And if it helps with setup and tear down like I'm hoping it will. So let's unbox this insert and start putting it together here. I just want to see, hopefully instructions are included. Yes, they are, of course. Oh, it's only 1 page this time, only 1 page. So I think it's because we are going to be building this thing over and over again for each faction to store each of the faction's components in a tray separately, similar to how I was storing already. Then it looks like we're putting together some kind of card tray. All right, let's put this thing together. it's all put together. And I always forget to mention, but e-Raptor's signature thing is their inserts don't need any glue, which you probably saw if you watched me putting it all together. I never need to use glue for these inserts, which is awesome, I'm pretty sure, because I just snap them together and they're ready to go. So now what we're gonna do is see if this card holder holds everything correctly with, I believe I have sleeves on everything, but we'll find out. But I'm gonna try to put all the components from the Mother of Dragons expansion, the base game, Feast for Crows, the Dance with Dragons, and try to get it all in here and back in the box, and we'll see how it looks. All right, so I got all the components into the insert, but a couple things I've noticed. First, positive, these tokens all fit in each faction's little holder perfectly. Even the extra dragons, the extra Targaryen tokens, I jammed them all in here, kind of got creative throwing dragons on the other side. But it does all fit, and I do like on the bottom there's a little spot that if you saw me putting it together, it comes through there. And it keeps these kind of stood up and in here, these tokens nicely fitting in, which is really neat. And I'm dropping tokens all over the place. All right, but these are cool. I like these. It's very pretty. I like how they're all separate. All the faction stuff is separate. That's the way I like to store it. I'm glad that they did this for this insert. Now let's talk about the card holder. Some negatives. One, the mini cards. They fit in here, great, perfect, but I sleeved, and I don't know why, because I don't like using these components, the Tides of Battle cards. I have them sleeved in mini FFG sleeves, the sleeves from the official publisher of this game, and these don't fit in here sleeved. Like, there is no way they're going in. So I'm gonna have to take the sleeves off of this to fit them in nicely here. It's not a big deal, I don't play with them anyways, so I don't know why I originally sleeved them. I'll just use these sleeves for something else, but I'm gonna put them in there. Not a big deal, but just something I want to note if you're looking at this insert. If you sleeve your mini cards, they're not fitting in here. Of course, I could probably just put them somewhere else, like in this spot here, or maybe right there, and I'd be totally fine. So we'd be okay. But this does fit all the cards from Game of Thrones, the board game, and the Mother of Dragons expansion as advertised. I was hoping that it would also fit my Feast for Crows and a Dance with Dragons expansion stuff. These two small expansions that come, they're just decks of cards, but they are sleeved in FFG board game sleeves. Makes them thicker, and they will not fit in here. This is already tight enough as it is with sleeves on every single card from the base game and the Mother of Dragons expansion. So that does work. If you do sleeve your cards, they will fit in here. It's a little tight, but they do fit in. And that means there's no room for these. So I might de-sleeve some stuff in the game that's not constantly handled, see if I can de-sleeve some of this stuff and get it in, but I'll probably just store these two expansions off on the side in deck boxes and label them, which is not a big deal, but a little annoyance because I did have all this stuff in the original box, so I may have lost room. But we'll find out when I put it back in the box if I have room for these decks somehow in there. Probably not, but yeah, I'll try to figure something out on my own. They're not meant to fit, but I know you're probably curious. If you're a hardcore fan of this game, you definitely own all three expansions, and this insert does not accommodate them if they're sleeved. If it's not sleeved, if you don't sleeve your cards, I don't see why you couldn't, because you would gain a lot of space back here, and these aren't that big of expansions, so these would probably fit in. But I'm not going to find out in this video, but just letting you guys know if you sleeve your cards. And just one more thing before I put it in the box, I just want to show you guys this little token compartment here that I forgot to mention. All the generic tokens, the garrison tokens, and that kind of stuff for the expansion and the base game are all thrown in here. The vassal tokens, they're only used when you need to have like a player run the extra factions or playing a lower player count with the expansion. So I just kept those in a little baggie, just so they're not all mixed in with here and have to sort even more tokens. It's just one little bucket here that you just dump everything into. So I may bag some of this stuff a little bit separately in small baggies, just so it's easy to grab out of here, depending on if I'm playing with the expansion stuff or not. So just wanted to let you guys know that. So yeah. All right, let's try to stick it in the box. So this is the bottom. Let's just double check. Yep. Looks like the bottom to me. All right, so we are going to look and see how they put it together based on the marketing images on the website, which I will link down in the description below if you want to check out more details on this insert. Just gonna throw it in. That does look nice though, with all the colors of the cards all slotted in there. I like it. All right, and then let's start throwing some factions in here, which looks like they're just stored like so. Greyjoys, Baratheon, Lannister, let's get some Martell, the best house right there, Tyrell, and we got Stark. All right. Look at that. Man, the components in this game are beautiful on their own. Like the colors, I love it. I love the marble little plastic, but it does look very nice, all separated here. Oh, so good. All right. Now, I don't know how we're going to store stuff after this, but we do need to create kind of a seal on top of this. So I don't know. Oh, yeah. That should be fine. That should be fine. So if we put those on top, and then we just put our... Now, see, here's the thing. There's all these extra tokens on the side. And I don't know how they should be. If they should just be laid on top here. It looks like in the images, they actually have it like so, where they put the player screens kind of across like this. And then they just lay these tokens kind of just wherever. And then we just throw this stuff on top. And our booklets. And yes, it's definitely going to keep the lid open. And yeah, I don't know if it shows that. I don't see that in the images, but this definitely doesn't close the box all the way. Let's see how it looks compared. Yeah, it does close it more because we were seeing quite a bit of that second Fantasy Flight Games logo there. So it does close the box more than what I had. And it does keep a nice, stable, it's very solid. So you can stack stuff on top of it. I think it'd be fine. But yes, it does not fully close. But my solution, I could, honestly, I could just pitch these boards. I don't need these boards anymore. I do have the neoprene mat that combines the base game board with the expansion board together in a nice, beautiful mat. So I don't even use these boards anymore. They're kind of useless. But I kind of keep them, I guess the expansion part I don't really need. But just letting you guys know that it will not close. And it does stay slightly open, but it's still fine. If you don't have that neoprene mat, don't worry. This does fit both expansions. But again, if you sleeve your Feast for Crows or Dance with Dragons, not going to all fit in here with everything sleeved. But it does, as advertised, fit the base game plus Mother of Dragons, no problem. And I'll be playing out of this with this solution going forward. This is pretty cool. And that was a look at a storage solution for a Game of Thrones The Board Game, 2nd edition, published by Fantasy Flight Games, along with the Mother of Dragons expansion. Thanks to the folks over at e-Raptor for sending me this insert to review and use on the channel. If you'd like more details on this product, check out the link in the description below. And if you're curious about a playthrough of this game with the expansion, I'll also link that down below. And if you're curious about other playthroughs of games like this, I do plenty of them on the channel live. If you want to check those out, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you do not miss those. And a special shout out to our Patreon backers. Thank you for supporting this channel. You can find links for that also in the description below if you'd like to support the channel. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.